Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but there is, in fact, a Diddy and Michael Jackson connection.
Blessed smokes, you won't trust this yet. There is truth be told a Diddy and Michael Jackson association. The latest Hollywood news says that Diddy is overreacting after his privileged insights are being presented to the public. A portion of the news additionally expresses that he may be connected to Michael Jackson's vocation defeat, and surprisingly, his passing. One of the moderate pundits, Candace Owens, has started prattling about her most recent explanation. She proposed an association between Diddy's continuous fight in court and the grievous end of Michael Jackson. Owens broadcasted her perspectives on her digital broadcast, plunging into the complexities of Diddy's claim and condemning what she sees as media quietness regarding the situation. She charges a connection between Diddy's legitimate entrapments and the perplexing occasions encompassing Jackson's demise. In her most recent digital recording episode, Owens framed 5 central issues from Diddy's claim, implying that its aftermath could outperform that of Epstein's adventure. She additionally vented her interest via virtual entertainment, hammering the media's quietness on Diddy's lawful woe and alluding to expected ramifications for political and Hollywood fat cats. The Diddy case could shroud Epstein's, yet the media's mum. Owens tweeted, dropping a connection to her webcast. There included, "It's horrid, yet lawmakers and celebs are under coercion." Furthermore, in her YouTube depiction, Owens stayed consistent, charging a cover-up coordinated by the media in Hollywood. She recommends a dim rationale to protect celebrities from examination. While Owens' cases create discussion and trouble, they focus a light on the power elements inside showbiz and the repercussion of legitimate embarrassments, including the tip-top. Not in the least did Michael Jackson face profession harm purportedly from Diddy, yet additionally Hitmaker spilled the tea, guaranteeing Diddy endeavored to crash his profession on various events marking the tearing. Blue Kid Big Shot as detestable Hitmaker discussed his expert dealings with Diddy on a new episode of the Joe Bwan digital recording. He started off by describing how Diddy at first roped him in for the Love Collection off the network project. Puff hit me up, like, "Yo, I'm concocting a R&B collection and I want your flavor. It will be me, you, London in D3ath, the fantasy group. Send me a few thumps." He remised. I sent him a discharged 10-track playlist. He hits me back like I need that youthful Berg energy. Cool. It jockeying my style, man. It seems as though you're gnawing, so I didn't send him whatever else I resembled. Failed to remember it. The following thing I realized: the man decoded my tracks, contacted every one of my colleagues, and expelled me from the scene. He even gathered cardiovascular to his lodging. Like join the hired gunman. All of a sudden, Eric Bellinger was chilling in the Bahamas with Puff, entertaining each other. Hit MAA dropped more stunners, claiming that Diddy had his maker tag deleted from Inch Montana's collection. "They got amnesia. I resembled, man, this person is unadulterated fiendish," he shouted, "so I cut attaches with him." He likewise asserted Diddy turned his long-lasting creation accomplice ransack occasion against him. Harking back to the 2000s, he don't miss Hitmaker's tell all meeting on the Joe Button digital recording. These disclosures about Diddy surface in the midst of bits of gossip about, say, most as of late. Rodney Jones documented a claim blaming Diddy for attack. It's not looking great for Diddy these days on the grounds that the legitimate dramatization encompassing Diddy is heightening, with Lil Bar being the most recent to spill the tea. Rodney Lil Bar Jones loaned his gifts to the Affection collection off the Framework, which hit the scene in September 2023. He emptied his entire being into it, guaranteeing he went home for the year just to crush on the task. Yet, in spite of copying the 12 p.m. oil and avoiding rest until it was amazing, he guarantees he was just paid nuts. What's more, he pummeled the agreement he endorsed as shocking. Now stoking the shoot, Lil Bar is hitting Diddy with a claim over distributing freedoms, adding to the generally blasting load of wrongdoing claims anyway. In the event that you don't know, there's more show going around as Lil Bar assumes control over issues, sending off a GoFundMe page to scrape up $50,000 for lawful expenses. In a dropping post from the local talk, they uncovered a video catching Lil Bar and Diddy duking it out. Distributing freedoms. Lil Bar didn't keep down sharing the clasp on his Instagram just to confront a blistering counter from Stevie J, an individual from the Awful Kid Creation Group who basically marked him a fiber. Diddy's legitimate Falcons repeated Stevie J's feelings, pronouncing, "We have Substantial proof that his cases are only lies. They hammered Lil Barr for looking for a gratuitous payout, particularly with a past L double, you claim drifting around $30 million as the story alternated observers. Caused a stir. Addressing Lil Barr's validity seems like a money snatch. It's getting difficult to view somebody in a serious way with such grave allegations. Stay tuned for the following episode of this lawful drama. So what's your interpretation of Lil Barr's claim against Diddy for distributing on top of the paper charges? Do you believe he's talking reality or simply pursuing a payday? Currently by and by returning to Michael Jackson's disrupted profession, it wasn't Diddy who interceded and had a go at taking his spotlight with Diddy. There are more Hollywood elites who subverted his taking off profession. In January 2022, she divulged the second portion of her narrative series, Janet, digging into the profound and proficient repercussions of these allegations on her life through her narrative and proceeded with presence in the public eye. Janet Jackson explores the intricacies of popularity, family, and individual character with elegance and assurance have been given to the halftime show support staff. Janet says that this will be the first and the last time that she at any point discusses what happened that day. As a matter of some importance, I need to ask you, was it arranged? Janet know well what individuals don't comprehend is he was to take and rip the piece off that he pieced right yet more fell off than what should, so he should pull that off, and we see the red yes there, and he tore the entire thing. So he had you practice or whatever before? Yes, we did. Was the second that happened. Ned, you promptly covered your bosom since you would have rather not been uncovered to be uncovered. You could not have possibly covered it precisely. Okay. Exceptionally humiliating second. It was an extremely humiliating second. Well, 24 hours after that Super Bowl, Janet put out an expression of remorse. Ooh, and I had perused another magazine that you lament making that statement of regret. Is that genuine? Why? It was a mishap, and the executives that I had at the time, they thought it was critical. Call that I did, with the venture emerging, and I had expressed I plunked down to record the conciliatory sentiment that I had told them. You saying sorry. Definitely. For what reason am I saying sorry for a mishap? Well, you said in the expression of remorse you apologize for anyone who could have been irritated, right? And they believe that me should say that not terrible, but not great either. I did. They thought it was best that I do, so I did. Well, at first composition on the positive I've momentum of her renowned kin. Janet immediately secured herself as a melodic power, leaving persevering through influence on her period. Her impact resounded all through the music scene, rousing endless specialists, while her unmistakable vocals displayed her unequaled ability and appeal. Anyway, behind the charm, Janet Jackson's process has been a long way from going great. From profession wins to individual difficulties, she has explored through various difficulties all through her famous lifetime. The most recent fragment of her narrative reveals insight into a portion of the new snag she has experienced, including the waiting shadow of allegations against her late sibling, the unbelievable Michael Jackson. In a plain confirmation, Janet talks about the repercussions of these charges, incorporating her frustration with media figures like Oprah Winfrey, whom she blames for disloyalty and control in their therapy of her siblings' heritage. As of late, there was a story, and I know one of your lawyer. She held a news meeting. There was an anecdote about you needing to have a little white kid play you in a Pepsi business that is dumb to the point that is the most ludicrous, sickening story I've heard. It's insane. I mean, why? Number one, it's my face as a kid in the business. Me when I was little. How could I believe a white kid should play me? I'm a dark